Lobo Nation. Here is the next video for parents and for students on how to access team folders and lesson plans here for our educational outreach program. So there are two simple ways for you or your student to access the lesson plans or your student's team accounts. The first is to simply go to the LXJ website, lxj.lpisd.org, and click on Educational Outreach. When you click here, you notice that every single teacher by subject has a drop-down box. So all your student has to do is go to the teacher that they're supposed to be working on that day. So let's say they have Miss Miller for math. Notice that's the March 25th lesson plan. They're in 8th grade math. So what's great about this lesson plan is that it has the clickable links. So if your student had Miss Miller for first period, all they do is click on this and it's going to automatically take them to the Teams folder for her first period class. And so you notice when you get to Teams, there's an area for you to ask her questions and kind of figure out what's going on. There's tabs at the top where the files are going to be noted, where the assignments are going to be for each student. Click on the assignment tab, it'll show you what's assigned to the student, and then lastly it'll show them what their grade is on the assignment after it gets graded. So all that's going to be found here right at the top, but again, if you go just to the post section, that's a place where you can ask questions to the teacher specifically. But going back to the lesson plan, I want to walk through the lesson plan just a little bit. So in the first part, you're going to be able to link straight to their Teams tab simply based on the period that they have. They're already in that team. It's automatically set up by their period, so they're already in it. But you also notice where the remind codes are for this teacher, where her email address is if you want to just reach her directly. All that's going to be found on every single teacher's lesson plan. You'll have the objective for the week, what activities they'll have to complete, also with linkable resources. Anytime they want to go to different things, they just simply click on the link and it'll bring them straight to, in this case, the video lesson
of why we do
on how to solve one-step equations.
Let's see if we can.
So again, it's great that everything is going to be linkable that way, so you'll be able to just go exactly where you need in order to complete the lesson for her. Has some practice questions in hers, extra videos, extra practice if they need it. The next part is the schedule, and that goes back to our first video where we talk about when the classes are taking place and then when the office hours are for the teacher. That'll be found in every teacher's lesson plan. So even if you don't have that schedule handy, you can go to their lesson plan and find that information as well. And lastly, in this section, it has what in the lesson that week is actually going to be graded. They may have assignments and things that they need to complete in order to get to the graded pieces, but remember, each class is only going to have 2 grades a week. So this is telling you exactly what from up here is actually going to be graded. And then it'll tell you how to actually submit those assignments. And where you submit those assignments. So it's pretty easy to follow. You'll be able to find everything you need in each teacher's lesson plan. You just simply follow your kid's schedule and click on each different teacher's plan, and it'll give you the specific links taking them to their specific team's folder. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you're trying to access your students' team folders without going through the lesson plans, the easiest way to do that, honestly, is just to go to Google and type in Microsoft 365. The first link that's going to pop up is your login to 365. Every student in LaPorte ISD is given access to Office 365. That's your Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all those things. Those are available to every student. All they have to do is, again, log into the 365 account. That's going to be their student email address and then their student password that they use to log into computers or something at the school. So after they do that, it's going to, like I said, bring them to the suite of everything they have access to: Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. All they have to do is click on Teams, and that's going to be for just regular PC computers. On Macs, they actually make you download the app, but I promise that on a regular computer, if you click on Teams, it's going to take you straight to Teams. The issue on Macs is they want you to actually download the app. See, they won't let you preview in Safari. So you could use Google Chrome if you have that on your Mac. But on a regular computer, it's going to take you straight into Teams. So whenever you do that, it would bring up the basic Teams folder. which is going to have all the teams that you have access to. Mine looks a little bit different because I have professional teams on there, but they have classroom teams. And if you notice, so these are all classroom teams. Like in my first example, we looked at Miss Miller's second period, so I'll go there in just a second. But this is kind of what their screen will look like. All of these teams might be vertical instead of just in a box pattern like mine, but that's something you can actually set up and change. I just like this view personally. So they would just find their class with their teacher, they would click on it, and it's going to take them straight to that exact same screen that they saw on the lesson plan link. So either way is fine. I think personally that you're probably going to get the most utility out of using the lesson plans off the LXJ website. But if you're ever in a situation you just want to log into Teams, then you do have that option. That was a quick look at accessing lesson plans, accessing the team folders, which is where you're going to find the vast majority of all the things that your students going to be required to do for these lesson plans, and then also where you're going to turn the grades in most likely, depending on the course. So I hope that you found that informative. The next video is going to be really getting into using the Teams app or using the Teams folder for your students' classes, all the different things that you can do, how you would join a video chat, things like that. So I hope you found it informative. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. And I thank you, and everybody have a great day.